Morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm out here with Paul this morning on his boat. Came out on the Grady today. We came out of Constantia, and we're back on Oneida Lake. We fished 1:30 all morning, and we left the dock this morning, 72 degrees air temp. It's one of the nicest summer mornings we've had all season long, quite honestly. A little bit of a east-southeast wind. It's 0 to 5 right now. It might have been 5 to 8 when we first got out here. We came right out to 1:30, and Paul hit a dandy right off the bat. Nice 18, 19-inch walleye, and that was our first drift.
Yep.
I mean, you hadn't made 10 casts.
Not even 10 casts. I did about 4 or 5 casts. It was right up the third or fourth, and then it just nailed it hard.
I thought we were really onto something. We're like, oh, perfect. You know, we were just off the drop off. We had some marks, and that was it. I had one fish on that I felt dunk, and he come off. And I did catch one walleye about 4.5 inches long, so I didn't get skunked. But that was it. And you know, it's funny. This is the first time we fished together in the same boat, but it's easy for me on some of these mornings to get lost in conversation with people, and I just kind of go through the motions when I'm fishing. Now, sometimes when you do that, you're tooling along, you're going through active fish, and you're catching fish. In the last week or two, and we talked about it a little bit, since this weather system came in with that big disturbance down in the Gulf that brought all that flooding down to Dallas and Las Vegas, and everybody saw that on the news, we've had, I don't want to say it's shut off our fishing, because I know the guys out here that are trolling still from the middle of the lake all the way out to the east end are tuning them. They really are crushing them. Even if I had my boat back, I'm not set up to troll. I have done a lot of trolling on this lake, and it is a lot of fun, and you catch a lot of fish. I'm just not set up to do it this year. So when I say to you that I've struggled, I'm rod in hand and I'm jigging everything on a daily basis. And yesterday and the day before, I went smallmouth fishing just for something different, because I've kind of lost my fish. You know, that group of fish on 133 that we talked about haven't really been biting like they were up until 2 weeks ago. There's fish on 130 right here on the drop off, or out in the dumping grounds in the main channel. There's fish all over it there, and I know the guys trolling over that are catching them. For whatever reason, we're not catching them jigging right now. And I'm sure there's guys watching this that are like, I'm catching a ton of them jigging. I know you are. It's a big lake. Somebody made the joke to me yesterday in the comments about, where's your million adult walleyes now in this lake? I don't know. You know, if I had my boat and my electronics and I was back every day, which I will be this week, fingers crossed, that you know, I'd have to spend more time right now searching and marking fish and then fishing marks, as opposed to like Paul and I said this morning. We came out, we saw a few fish on the drop off where we first set up, and then we said, okay, that's fine, we're just going to start fishing it. In all honesty, we probably should have taken a half an hour and really drove around and marked specific fish or clusters of fish and then drifted back over them. And maybe that's what we'll have to do from now on, and really bear down, and because you're in that transition now. You got the rest of this month and next month in September that you could have summer weather or you could have fall weather. Most years now we have summer weather, and that's going to stretch this out. The weeds are at their absolute peak right now. They're the highest, most dense weed growth because it's the end of the season. Nothing's died off yet. We're 2 months from turnover. You know, we're probably a month from the shad coming into the lake hard. So these fish are on minnows, but they're probably not chasing much. They're in deeper structure, although, you know, you have fish that live shallow all year round. We probably could have thrown worm harnesses today up in the shallows on top. There's a number of things we could have done. We wanted to jig. So we should be able to, we say it all the time, there's enough fish in this lake that you should be able to pick how you want to catch them and where you want to catch them, and have a reasonable idea that you're going to be able to go do it. I mean, we caught a nice keeper.
We sure did.
You know, you'll have fillets for a sandwich later or dinner, but that was it. That was it. It was a little slow. So with every passing day, it's going to be better because we get back to that fall. Pretty soon, they're going to put the feed bag on. They got to get ready for winter, and you'll see that distinct change. And stay tuned. I'll show it to you as soon as I see it, but I haven't seen it yet. So we're still dealing with the dog days of summer now, especially, and I don't ever like to use the word grind. That's so negative. Grind, especially when you're talking about fishing. Someone says, "Oh, it was a grind today." That sounds like something you don't like doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I like fishing. Even when it's not catching, I still like fishing, and I don't ever say it's a grind because it's such a negative connotation. But we fished pretty hard today, and we were not really rewarded. The beauty is we had a nice conversation, and we spent the morning shooting the breeze, and it was it doesn't get any nicer.
Got a little sopressata, nice little cheese.
So if anybody doesn't know, and I'm going to embarrass him a little bit, if anybody doesn't know Paul's the owner of a Pizza Regionale down in Syracuse, New York. He's right directly across the street from Dinosaur Barbecue. And if you've never went, and I say, I mean, it's pizza, but it's not your normal pizza.
Fancy pizza.
I always call it fancy pizza. It is, and I don't mean to say that word to turn anybody off. It's not fancy. It's not pretentious. It's an amazing place. There's outdoor seating. There's times I love the overhead doors where you can open the doors up and you let the city in but everything on your menu is local.
Absolutely.
Which is the reason it's called the Regionale. It's pizza from the region, and it's out of this world. Absolutely out of this world. I couldn't recommend it more to you. It is one of my favorite restaurants, no matter what he was serving. It just happens to be pizza. One of my favorite restaurants in Syracuse, and please, if you go, you'll see Paul. If it's open, you'll see Paul walking around, working the room always. Say hello, especially if you're a friend of our family, of the Awakening Angler family, because he's one of our #1 supporters and fans, and is always in the mood to say hi to another fisherman. I've been walking around the fair twice now and have had people come up to me out of the blue and say hello, and I watch your show, and I encourage people to do that to each other. If you see somebody walking around with Awakening Angler shirt on, hey, I watched that show too. Hey, what did you, where do you fit, make that connection. Use what we're doing here to make those connections, not just with me, but with each other. And I know there's been a lot of that already. I see it in the comments every day. So if you're in Syracuse, or if you're looking for lunch during the week, or a nice dinner to take your wife or girlfriend to in the evening, Pizza Regionale, go check it out. I think that's it. I think that's it. If you're looking for gear, you can go on the website, the Shopify store, and get all the gear you're looking for, all the new stuff. And we're still taking comment section below for hoodies for the fall. What you guys would like. If you want to get specific about a brand, as I've said before, I live my life from October through May in a Carhartt Rain Defender hoodie. That they'd be expensive, but we could get those, and we could screen print those too, if that's what the group wants to do, because whatever I screen print for you guys is going to be what I wear too. So, and I need a good hoodie. So that being said, yeah, comment below what you guys would like and colors, and we'll go from there. And because I want to get a hoodie order in the next week, because it'll take 3 weeks to get them. So let me know what you think below. But other than that, have a great Monday. Start your week out great. It'll be great. Don't get hung up on it's Monday. It's Monday. I can't wait to get this week going. Have a great week. And as always, we'll do it on 3. 1, 2, keep your tip up.
That was great.